Okay, hello people. We are going to do an exercise class. I'm going to include some breathing exercises in the exercise class beyond just our open and closed breathing. But let's start with the sort of open and closed breathing, just tuning in to our bodies, feeling into the moment, inhaling open, reach it out and up, and then exhale, really reach out into the space around you, like your fingers are little ET fingertips lighting up into the space around you. One of my ballet teachers used to always say that, ET fingertips, Jackie Villamil. So feel those little ET fingertips radiating out, not just one fingertip that lights up, but all of them. So we have this center to periphery awareness, core to still awareness, center to edge. And hey, Susan, I'm just going to mute you. There we go. Inhale, lift, and exhale. And then inhale again. Open, lift, wings of the heart. Exhale, bend your knees, take it down and shift from side to side, bending one knee, bending the other. Not necessarily going for your biggest hamstring stretch yet, but freeing up the head-tail connection. Let your head completely drop down. Crown of the head dropping down towards the floor. And then roll it up through your spine. And we're going to start with actually a Qigong exercise. Rubbing your hands together. And we're going to just press up with one hand and down with the other hand. It's called connecting heaven and earth. So like if we're looking, that is the Peapod just joining us. If we're looking for inspiration, we can find it up here. If we need to be grounded, we can find it down there. So it's one way of kind of enlivening the space around you of like, I'm in this middle zone between heaven and earth. And we're going to take our fingertips together, just feeling the energy in between our hands, or just feeling your fingers touching each other. That's fine too. And then pressing up. And you can kind of bend your knees here a little. So you're not totally straight legged, but you're almost in a horse stance, but kind of relaxed, finding the space in between your two hands. That's where you are. You are there in the middle, connecting heaven and earth. So finding this vertical dimension in our bodies and connecting it beyond our bodies. So to the skies and to the ground. If we need to feel more grounded, we can tune into our bones and take it down. And if we need to feel, and let's just touch our fingertips together again, right? The density of our bones, our teeth, feeling our denseness, but even just the form of our body is grounded, is earthy. Top up, but we're switching one more time. If we need to feel more sort of lightness, maybe coming up into the upper space, bringing us up here, a little inspiration, transcendence up here in the light, the lighter, what's up there? Air, space, heavens, clouds, whatever you picture up there, bringing it back in, finding yourself in center and shifting again. So letting ourselves kind of create this larger picture of what the vertical is for ourselves. So it's not just that we're humans and we stand erect, but we've got down below us, we have the earth, up above us, we have the heavens or the sky or whatever you want to think of, the spaciousness. Good, and then come in, just easy, shake it out. We're going to spiral, twisting from side to side. Yeah, I was in a class, a meditation class with my friend Michael Taft, and he was having us create this sort of mandala around ourselves, which was basically the octahedron. And people were saying, wow, I never thought about the fact that that's the earth below us. Like, people, think about this stuff. Bring it into your body. Bring it into your awareness. What is where for you, right? What is to the side? So this horizontal space, as we're circling side, right? We found our up, downness in the vertical, heaven and earth. In this horizontal space, well, we have a lot of lymphatic under there that's clearing out, but we also are giving our brainstem the information that we're safe by just looking around and being like, oh yeah, nothing's happening. Like, we can not even think about that. We can just zone out and do this and be like, giving our body on this nervous system level the information that we're actually safe. Although I do have a very dangerous cat right here that might be about to pounce on me. So I definitely shouldn't be thinking I'm too safe. And then let's move with the forward backward. So let's inhale up and then exhale, push forward. You're going to come back in, inhale up, exhale, push forward. Inhale up, exhale, push, bringing your strength forward. Inhale, push, like you're pushing through a wall. Inhale, push. Inhale, push. Inhale, push. Inhale, push. Let's change the energy of that. Let's gather in. Inhale here and then push out to the sides. Stepping forward, gathering in, push out to the sides. Stepping forward, gathering in, taking whatever we need, pushing away whatever we don't need, or just expanding ourselves. Inhale, gathering in, and exhale, push it out. Inhale, gathering in. So you can feel that we're coming in with very different energy in this gathering and then kind of pushing it out. In, out, in, out. And shake that out. And we're going to do one more. This is a sipping breath, which I actually learned doing gyrokinesis teacher training, but I was just reading like some yoga stuff, pranayama. And it's like, oh, this breath. And I was like, oh, that's the sipping breath. So anytime you come across something, there's a pretty good chance that somebody did it before. So whatever, it's all open source as far as I'm concerned. When we come into movement, into breath, it's for everybody. It's our life energy. So what we're going to do is we're going to imagine that you have like two strings that you're pulling up from the floor, and at the same time that you're pulling these strings up from the floor, you're going to sip through your mouth like this. It's like you're taking a big hit off of a joint. Not that I've ever done that before, but just imagine, you can imagine what that's like. So, but it's a really long one. You want it to last as long as you can. When you get to the top, you're going to kind of shut it off. So you're going to go, and then you're going to push down with a sh sound. You're going to take as long as it takes. I may be slower or faster than you. So as if you're pulling up these two strings from the ground next to you, exhale everything out. And then really grounding it, bringing it back down, pulling up. One more time. And just shake that out. So just a really quick thing about breath. If we're inhaling, if we're inhaling bigger, longer, more than our exhale, then we are up regulating. Like if the inhale is that's up, 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 up. If we're extending and slowing the exhale, we're down regulating, right? Usually down regulation is processing, digesting your food, metabolizing your life, being able to come down into a rest and digest, soothe and settle. And up regulation, it may be anxiety, but it also may be, I'm so excited, right? It can be both of these things. And so oh my God, I'm freaking out is going to be a less coherent thing than I'm so excited, right? So like if it feels good, it's going to be more coherent and connected. If it feels bad, it's going to be less coherent. And what does that mean? It means your organs are working in harmony and it feels good, right? It's a energy health giving or energy health zapping, right? All right, let's go with some weights. So grabbing your weights. I wonder where that other set of weights is. I think I need to double up on this today. So if you have light weights, excellent. Oh, I have no idea where they are. I'm looking all around. I see the 10-pound weights. Oh, they are here. I've got to do battle with a snake plant to get to them. Okay, coming back. Yeah, so I'm going to do this with 6 pounds, 6 in each hand. You can go lighter, you can go heavier. Really listen into your own body to make that choice. And I'm going to start parallel. I'm going to start parallel with my legs together, and I'm going to plie and stretch, and plie and stretch, and plie and stretch and plie and stretch. 4 more, so we'll do 8. 3, 2, last one. We're gonna press up from here, pressing up and coming down. 1, 2, trying to keep your energy straight down through your toes so your ankles aren't popping out to the sides. I think we're on 5, maybe we're short. 1, 6, 7, 8. Good. Turning out your feet, knees over your toes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good to use weights, right? We're going to get a little bit more of density because we're asking more of the tissue. 2 more. 7. I'm adding and subtracting just randomly because if I talk, I lose count. Up and down. 1, 2, 3. Trying to maintain that turnout. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Back to parallel in a sort of narrow second position. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Press it up. Heaven, going up to heaven. 2, 3, 4, 5, or to the skies. 6, 7, 8, and come down. So my arms are getting tired because I am using a heavier weight, but we're going to do one more set. So just let's just circle our shoulders for a second, taking a little break, but not really. Rib cage, lungs, heart, mobilizing, inviting anything stuck in there to kind of reabsorb and flush out of your system. And then up and over the other way. And then we're going to do turned out, second position, going 1, a little bit wider. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pressing up with straight legs. 1, 2, 3. Looking straight out. 4, long, tall body. 5, 6, 7, 8. And relax and come down. Put your weights down. Yeah, we had snow yesterday up here, which was beautiful and a good excuse both to go out or to stay in, whatever you're up for. I've put the heat on in my house, but now that we're actually working out, I'm getting really warm. Oh well, I'll just leave it on. Just gotta let it actually heat up and then turn it off. All right, into a different mode. Circles with your pelvis. Free up your spine. Big breathing. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Belly breathing, letting your breath come all the way down into your belly. And change direction. Good, and let's do something with balance today. So we're going to do a step across and balance. I feel like there's an arm thing I like to do with this. I can't remember what it is. Maybe it's down and out, down and hold. So basically we want to come and stay there long enough. So I should be down and up, down and up, down and up, down and up. Okay, staying long enough that you know that you're actually balancing. If you're looking down at your computer or if it's like not at eye level, then don't look at it. Just move your own self. And we're going to add something. You're going to come up here. Let's take the legs up and the arms up. The legs, the one leg up, down and out. Woo, easier version, you don't move your arms. Harder version, you take the arms up. Plie, up, reach it out, bring it in. Plie, up, reach it out, bring it in. And it may look like I am really crossing over my body with my leg, but that is just because of where the camera is. Reach it out and in. Plie. Up, reach and in. Plie. Up, reach and in. Plie. Up, reach and in. Plie. This is our last one. Reach and in. Let's take it down again. Fold forward, shift from side to side. Relax your head, relax your neck, relax your back. Shake it all out. Free up your shoulders, let it go. And let's come down onto the floor, all the way down. So it's much cooler down here also in my house, right? The heat rises. Let's use our weights, and I'm going to have my 2 3-pound weights in my hands. I'm going to knock my knees together, turn my feet in, and circle around. So following my hands with my eyes, like I'm looking in that direction. Breathing. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Let this massage out the back of your shoulders and neck. Well, not really your neck, but your upper back. Change direction, rhomboids, as you're rolling up and down. Breathing, reaching. Couple more times. Good. And then come in, put your weights down. Let's grab your block. I think we're actually going to get exercise today. I think that's what's happening. Not completely sure, but I'm guessing. You're going to take your block, stick it under one foot. So because we've been moving, standing, and doing some stuff, you should have some blood flow through there already. Pressing up and going down. Let's do 5 of these. 1, hips are even. 2, 3. We're going to do things in 5s on this. 4, 5. Next one, you're going to go up and stay up. Take your leg off the floor. Pointed toes, outward circles for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. High pelvis. 5. Flex your foot, change direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Point your toes, poke a hole through the ceiling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Flex, push through your heel. 2, 3, 4, 5. Fold it in and come all the way down. Take both knees in and just roll from side to side. Let it release, let go. Easy circles, lubricating up your hip sockets, letting your hamstrings become soft again so they're not all cranked up. Just relaxing. And then you're going to put your block under your other foot. And let's go up and down for 5. Inhale up, both hips even. Exhale down. You can think of your knees sort of traveling, tracking out and away. 2, 3, 4. Inhale up, exhale down. 5. This person who is walking in front of the screen right there, also known as a cat, is the prime Christmas tree attacker. Press it up. Leg up to the ceiling, outward circles for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and change direction. And if you want to see him in action attacking the tree, I just posted a video of him on Instagram attacking the tree, attacking the ornaments. 4, 5. Point your toes, poke a hole through the ceiling. Going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Flex. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fold it in, take it down, push the block out. This time, let's just go for a happy baby pose. So finding the baby, wiggling around. Oh, my stomach is making all sorts of noise. It's like between my floor, the stomach, the heater, it's all like, wow, there's a whole symphony going on. Bend and flex. So let your feet do whatever they want to do, flexing and pointing whenever they feel like it, but get this movement in your lower body. So it's like you're ringing the bell of your pelvis. Your pelvis is not a bell, but if it were, and you did this movement, it would be ringing. Just imagine, what is the sound of your pelvic bell? Mine's like one of those huge, like bong, 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 Liberty Bell type things. Yours might be like a gentle, like ting, who knows? Bring it in, internally rotate one leg at a time, spiraling in. You can turn your head away from your leg or look at the ceiling or look in the same direction. Just letting that inner spiral mobilize all that fascia, all that tissue, all that muscle. And you can hang out there, all that fluid, right? Moving a little bit more from the fluids, thinking of our bodies as these biomorphic, kind of miraculous, alive, organic things, as opposed to mechanical. Like, we aren't robots. We are nothing like robots. Change it to the other side. Does a robot have a hamster running around in its head, making its mind go all over the place? No, just kidding. It might. And come back in, both feet on the floor, plant your legs, pick up your pelvis, lift. We're going to circle, big circles, really mobilizing your hips, mobilizing your spine. Your head can move a little bit. We're not trying to lock anything down here. We are mobilizing the core, change direction. And as we're mobilizing the core, we're working the back. We're opening the front. Big, big, big circles. Good. Then come into center, and we're going to do something a little different. You're going to come down the middle. My feet are just so that I can touch my heels. Yours may be a little further away, or maybe even closer, depending on how long your arms are. We're going to go up the middle, over to the side, and come down, come up the side, into the middle, and come down. Then we're going to go the other way. So it's like we're making an M, but we'll start going up the center, going to the side, and lowering down. Press it up the side, come to the center, and lower down. Up to the side and down, up to the center and down. Up, shifting it to the side and lowering, up to the center and down, up to the side and lower, up to the center and down. One more time each side. Up, shift, lower, up, center, down, up, shift, lower, up, center, down. Right? We're just getting that movement of the pelvis in relationship to the legs, right? So anytime we're doing that kind of movement, our femur head nestling up into that hip socket, that ball and socket joint, is having to do different things. Why is this good? Because it's giving our IT band, our tensor fascia lata, all these different muscles, tendons, ligaments, even the organs, a chance to relate to space in a different way. So when I say relate to space, I mean relating to the 3 dimensions. And I also mean relating within ourselves to other body parts. So we're shifting it around a little bit, which hydrates and makes it more fluid and more mobile, more easy to move. So we're not just contracting into these things that can no longer move. We're creating space and fluidity, a life. We can contract, but then we can also open up, right? So let's do something that's a little more contracty, crossing over, going 1, 2, 3, 4, but don't just let your body move. You shouldn't have to think I'm going to extra squeeze anything when you're working out. Cats and dogs are not trying to squeeze their butt when they're walking or running, right? They're not trying to suck their gut in. So think of being more like an animal. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and take it down. Turn your head from side to side. Expansive heart, expansive lungs, free up the spine. So as I'm doing this, I'm really wiggling whole head-tail connection. The relationship between my pelvis, my rib cage, my head has some fluidity and some movement, right? So that's like my brain and my nervous system routing out to my organs, my heart, my vascular system, my circulation, routing out to my limbs, branching out, and also my lymphatic is moving. So let's come up and let's do that breath, a little bit more breath work. You could do this standing, you could do it seated. I'm going to stay on the floor. I'm actually going to just sit on my block. So deep diaphragmatic breathing stimulates lymph. And as I'm talking about these systems, coherence is when they're working together, right? I'm in accord. Yes, there's harmony in my organs, in my respiratory system, in my endocrine system, in all the different things. Like, we're working together. We're not fighting inside. Helps if your self-talk is friendly too. Kindness to yourself. Like, the kinder you are to yourself, the easier it is to take care of yourself, because you're like, oh yeah, I want to go take a walk. It's going to feel good. But the thing that I'm coming around to is that also moving through our body in sort of bundles are the nerves with the vascular system with the lymphatic. They're not traveling, wandering off higgledy-piggledy by themselves. It's coherence. They're traveling together. They know they have an amazing communication system. It doesn't have to come back into here, right? They can feel what's going on. We can have a cellular intelligence. All right, let's do this breath. So you're going to inhale up and exhale down. It's like you're reaching for inspiration and you're pulling it right down to yourself. In through your nose, either out through your nose or out through your mouth, whatever feels good to you. Good, shake it out. That was maybe 12 or 13. Now from there, see, I'm rubbing my nose. You're going to turn your head from side to side. You're going to look around. You're going to relax your neck and jaw. Relax your throat and tongue. And you're going to let your nervous system really take in the fact that you're totally safe. So you did a very upregulating breath, right? Even though we're breathing out a lot, we're still emphasizing the in for that. So that's an energizing breath. The one where we're going to go and take our time really slow, that's kind of a like down regulating breath. While we're here, let's just circle the ribs. So we do those circles with, and if you're not seated now, sit down, because then you'll really have to circle the ribs. It won't be a pelvic circle. So you can sit in a chair, sit on the edge of your couch, sit on whatever you got there, an ottoman, or on your butt on the floor, and then circle the other way. Rib cage, lungs, heart, pelvic floor is getting some movement here, right? Oh, hello there. Good. And then we're going to come in, take the block out, and let's just do some heels to sit bones connection. Then think of like you're springing off. You're going to kind of arch and just push forward in that position. So letting it go back, feel it all the way down, sit bones through your feet to your toes, pushing into the floor, and then push. Not so much that it's going to hurt anything, but just gentle. Take it back. Chest is open. You're in the arch, and then push like you're getting ready to spring. Pouncing, getting ready to pounce. And one more. Really reach with your sit bones, reach with your butt, reach with your tail, reach with your chest, and forward. Tops of the feet down, round your spine, push with your arms. We're not going to go quite so far here, just gently moving backwards and forwards. As you're in this, feel your fingertips. Remember how we were feeling our feet push? Think of your arms pushing. So we're going to have the fingertips pointing forward for the first minute. Then we're going to turn the hands so the fingertips point out, and we're going to move forward and backward in that. You don't sink your weight into it, really push up and out of it. So you're pushing up and out. Shoulder blades and back are wide and open. And let's try it with the fingers coming back towards you. You may have less movement here. Surprise, surprise. Your arms may not want to bend backward that way. And then you're going to circle all the way around and come in, push again, stay rounded, curling, shifting your weight forward and backward. So I have primarily got my weight in my legs, but I'm letting some weight come up here on my hands as well. So I'm getting all these different relationships with movement in how my hand is relating to my arm, right? That's going to shift all the tissue. Then we're going to come over the back of your hands. And I don't want to put a whole lot of weight into that. We're going to close and open. So not a whole lot of weight. I've got pine needles all over the place now because somebody likes to attack the tree. Good. And then release that and come up, and I'll just show you our tree, which I showed it in the beginning of class before I went online. So you can see maybe that there are a lot of balls on the top half of the tree, but there's only a couple of a couple of decorations on the bottom half of the tree. And when I woke up this morning, those decorations were actually on the floor. All right, let's take it down to a forearm plank. Forearm plank, feet reaching out, circles with your pelvis. So you can open your feet a little wider, circle your hips. Go the other way. Take your pelvis down to the floor. Bend your knees. Let your legs fall from side to side. Really relaxed and easy, softening and melting. So we actually may do this into a mobility exercise. I'm just gonna drop that down, move these things out of the way. So from here, we're gonna try taking it a little further. So you're spiraling, your leg is reaching across. Then you're gonna spiral, push the floor away, and come up. Take it down onto your belly, throw your legs to the other side, spiral, and come up. Take it gently down into the floor, roll it. Make this as easy as possible. So you're easing into the floor, pushing up and off the floor. Thinking of moving from the water in your body, pouring yourself and then coming up like a wave, right? I was listening to Gil Headley yesterday. He did this whole session on heart and brain coherence. But he was also talking, and it's something that I've been thinking a lot about waves in the ocean and like how as one wave is going out, another wave is under it coming in, right? It's all of this stuff is happening in this really three-dimensional wave. It's not just going out and coming back. It's like tumbling out as something else is happening underneath, right? So when we're getting the water in our body to work with us, there's so much more potential, right? We can have this really 3D way of moving through space from that really fluid way. This is our last one. Take it down and hang out there. Let's go with opposite arm to leg. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale, exhale. Use your breath. Feel yourself coming down to the ground, right? So every time you come in for a landing, feel the earth underneath you, or maybe it's your apartment floor, maybe it's your house, maybe it's, I don't know, your sticky mat. Feeling your body very long. Feeling your breath. Okay, we're gonna pick it up. You're gonna bend, touch it, bring it in and come down. Opposite arm to leg, bend and touch, bring it in, come down, up, spiral, in, down, up, spiral, in, down, up, reach, in, down, up, reach, in, and relax. Head on your hands, curl your toes under, just send a ripple and wave up and down through your body. And you could think that this fluid in your body, just imagine that the fluid in your body is acting like water. And as you're doing this rocking, these waves are going up and down through your body sort of at the same time, like one part is going up while something else is going down. Breathing into that, letting your body free up with that idea of waves inside your body, letting the tension melt away. And then coming in, tops of the feet on the floor. Let's take our hands next to our chest. You're going to do a baby cobra. You're going to lift your legs. You're going to open everything up into the X, bring it back in and come down. Upper body, lower body, X, bring it in and come down. Upper body, lower body, radiate out, in and down. Upper, lower, reach. And this time, take your legs down, take your hands next to your chest. Upper body comes all the way up and release it down. Use your breath. Inhale, open. Exhale, soften down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. If you want to try bending your knees, go ahead. 2 more times. and take it back. Child's pose. Let yourself breathe deep down into your belly. If you have any kind of pain in your back, even if it's in your upper back, middle back, lower back, breathe into that area. Imagine, even if it's just your imagination, taking your breath there, do that. And on the exhale, let your body just soften into the floor, grounding your energy, dropping down into the earth. And then shift your weight back and roll it up. So sometimes when I am breathing out, I am thinking, is there anything else I can let go of in this exhale? So I'm filling up on the inhale, creating this space inside my body. And then on the exhale, I'm letting go. Nothing else to hold on to with that exhale. And for me in meditation, when I'm at the end of my exhale, that's kind of the most empty, peaceful state I can be in. So you can play with this, even like in bed or in the morning, inhaling in, feeling what it feels like at the top of the inhale, exhale it out. Feel what it feels like in the bottom of the exhale before you inhale again. And see if you can find relaxation in both of those places, right? Can I come to this high place and relax into all that excitement? Can I come down into that big exhale and relax into that sort of empty place, right? And it's just this thought with the breath. Inhale, I'm filling up. Exhale, I'm letting go. And we can imagine growing and shrinking with the breath, right? That on a cellular level, we are. The breath is moving through us. The oxygen is moving through our body and through our blood, like the nourishment is coming through. So our digestive system is moving in and then also out, right? We're in and out through the breath and the blood. Let's come onto a side plank. We're going to leave the bottom knee on the floor. So it's not really a side plank, but kind of a side plank. When we're going to exhale and inhale, open. Opening. Two more. One extra one. Maybe that was still just two, and take it down and swing your legs around the front. Drop yourself onto the other side. Same thing on this side. Inhale back, exhale, crunch, arch, curl. If I really arch, I almost fall back. So I need to let the front of my body come forward. Four more. 3, 2, last one. Bring it in, drop it down, take it over. Legs are going to come around. You're going to come onto your side, and we're just going to press up. We're going to fold the knees underneath, sit on our butt, come around to the other side, and press it up. So we're getting this massage across our hip and butt as we roll across. If that feels painful, it might be tight, which means that the tissue is going to get a little massage as you roll across. If you ever need more padding, get it. Not a crime. Do whatever you want with that top arm. So yeah, if you need to be like really padded for this, that's fine. The less padding you use though, the more you're going to affect the tissue, right? So if you need a massage and you have like just a light soft one, that might be what you need, right? It's different every time. But if you really want to get deep in there, you need less padding for your body. Press it up. And I mean underneath you, between you and the floor, right? So you're giving yourself a massage basically between your bones and the floor. So all the tissue in between is getting a massage, which is also going to make it denser, right? Like more, again, coherent and more dense in our bones and in our fascia. And our fascia is interlaced and interwoven. Right next to our bones, we have what is called the perifascia, which is like the transition between the bone and whatever's happening next. Like maybe it's a muscle, maybe it's tendon, and tendons and ligaments are also fascia. And within the muscle, there's little like tubercles of fascia holding the form of the muscle. So the fascia holds the form. But what I was going to say about this perifascia between the bone and the next layer of whatever it is, like it's hard to know, when did the perifascia end and the bone begin? When did the perifascia end and the muscle begin, or the tendon begin? Like, well, I'm not sure. I feel like tendons connect directly into bone. So that might not have the same perifascia as like the muscle. At any rate, let's just put that in our pipe and smoke it for the day. Let's arch here and then pointing and curling. You can lift up out of this and then point and round and curl. Inhale, arch and open, finding the heavens. Exhale, curl, take it down to the earth. Inhale, arch and open, inspiration. Exhale, drop down, surrender. Inhale, reach and open. Exhale, point and curl. One more time. Inhale, arch, and exhale, point. And then let's just roll across your butt. So just your butt, side, side, little teeny spiral, letting that massage out your piriformis, your glutes, other little rotators in there, just massaging it out. We'll roll over the sacrum. And then taking your legs out in front of you, walk your butt from side to side, forward fold, breathe into it, surrender and let go. So you could stay just hanging out in your forward fold, or you can kind of wiggle around in there, like just crawling around on the inside of your body. That sounds really weird, but creating more space through some movement. So if I stay still, I'm just going to show you with my hands. If I'm staying still, let's say this is my hamstring, like the skin of my fingers is like the fascia around the muscle fiber. If I'm staying still, this is what's happening. If I'm moving a little bit, this is what's happening, right? When there's movement in there, this is going to create more hydration. The water's going to be more even. It's going to create the coherence within the fascia that's like, oh yeah, we know how to be in your body, as opposed to like, oh, I'm pulling and forcing. Well, it could be pulling and forcing too, but a little bit of more three-dimensional movement is going to be more effective than just hanging out there, right? It's like if you're trying to pull on your really tight pair of jeans, you have to wriggle to get into them. You can't just pull them on. They're not going anywhere. All right, so that was my deep thought for the moment. So let's do some push-ups. How do we want to do these? Let's do them first for our wrists. So you're going to take your elbow to the floor, come in, press up. Let's sink down into our shoulders, push up, lower your hand, take your elbow down. Press it up all the way up to your fingertips, push through, sink it down, push it through, come to neutral, lower down. Elbows to the floor, press it up, come high, sink through the shoulders, push through, lower and down. There's a lot going on here. If it's confusing, just do whatever you feel like you should be doing. And we're going to change it slightly. You're going to come up, then you're going to come onto your fingertips, bring them so that you have some weight on them. And you're just going to circle yourself inside of there. So circling your torso inside of your arms. Change direction. Basically, you're circling your shoulders on your back. Or you're circling your torso inside of your arms. Good. And then let that go. Shake out your hands. Let's do the wings opening and closing. So I can feel like my thumb going in and then my thumb going out, my thumb going in and then my thumb going out, right? If I really pay attention to the initiation of this movement, I can kind of get more out of it. Shake it out, let it go. And let's do actual push-ups. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to do it with my knees on the floor, elbows into my side, taking it down with a tricep push-up. I'm going to press up onto my legs, open into a side plank. If I feel excited about it, I'm going to lift a leg, bring it back down, lower knees, push up. You can take anything in or out of this that you want to, right? Make it work for you. You can add or subtract. Woo, that chance to find some balance up there. right? When you're about to fall over, that's when you're actually really doing the work, right? Take as long as you need. I'm kind of going fast. Just going to do, whoa, one more each side. And then calm down and relax. So if you have some kind of injury and you feel like, oh my God, I'm never going to be able to do that because of this injury, just imagine that in the future, you're going to be able to do it. It may or may not come true, but if we think that there's a problem and it's always going to be there, it usually stays a lot longer. You've invited it in. So if you have like an injury that you're dealing with, I'm not saying ignore it, but just imagine in your mind's eye a time when that's not there. And I'll say it happens to me a lot. I have something I'm dealing with it, working with it. And then suddenly I notice I don't have it anymore. So if we really, those push-ups were hard for me. If we really tune in to the aliveness of our body and the fact that we are this fluid system, biomorphic, like the body wants to be healthy. Body doesn't want to be unhealthy. Anything that's moving towards ill health is like a coping mechanism with either the environment, your past, whatever. I mean, there's a lot of environmental crap going on, so we don't have a whole lot of control over that. However, I mean, the environment, okay, I'm not going to talk anymore about that. Thinking of yourself as being an alive system that desires health, that is moving towards health, even if it's just a made-up concept in your mind, it's a good concept to have. So imagine that you're moving towards health. All right, let's stand up. We're going to do a couple of stretches standing, and then we'll end it. So I'm going to use the wall. I'm going to grab on and do a quad stretch. So grab onto anything. Maybe it's a little cat. Ooh, she's such a cute little cat. You can turn your knee in and out there. Just feel how that shifts. A, the weight on your standing leg, but B, the stretch in your quad. When you're ready, switch it to the other side, same thing. You can also do this without holding on to anything. But for right now, like my goal isn't to work on balance, it's more to work on opening this quad from a standing position. Release it. We're going to go a little deeper. And again, you can do this with not holding on or with holding on. I'm going to kick my leg up. I'm going to totally use the cat tower and just take that into a deep dancer pose. And releasing and bringing it back up. I think I'm just going to stay on this side, holding on to the cat tower, taking it down for the other leg. Yeah, so if I was like, oh, I really want to work on my balance, then I wouldn't hold on. But I want to work more on my flexibility, so I'm holding on. Let's inhale, breathe, lift it up. Exhale, shake your butt, shake your arms, shake your chest. Let the tissue soften and release again. Inhale, open. Exhale, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. So we're bringing our tissue in our body back to a more neutral state by just shaking it out. So it's not grabbing and it's not overly extended. Inhale, lift and exhale. Shake it out. Can you relax your face enough to make that sound? To be honest, it's taken me a while to be able to do that. Anthony's much better than I am at that. Alrighty, so I am going to stop recording. If you are in TV land catching this on the replay, please consider a Christmas donation. I have PayPal, there's Buy Me a Coffee, all the things are there. And everybody